Hello and welcome to Friday's English session. Let's start with our star words. Instructions, instructional writing, chronological order, imperative verbs, title, time conjunctions, diagrams, headings. Our learning question today is, can you use some features of instructions? Our steps to success. I can explain what instructions are for. I can include some features of instructions in my writing. I can use my map to help me write my instructions down. So, have a think about these questions. What have you learned about instructions so far? It's something that you use every day, something that you hear every day. What equipment might you need to wash a woolly mammoth? So what have you put in your map? What things did you need to gather together before you actually start washing your mammoth? How will you go about washing your mammoth? What steps will you take? What features of instructions will you use? Will you use an imperative verb? Will you include a diagram or headings? Will you include verbs or adverbs? Will you include your instructions and write them in chronological order? Because it has to be done the right way. Will your instructions be short and sweet? So, if you remember this week, we started by looking at how we can map our instructions. So we drew our instructions, and first we've got a title. So we had to let our friends know what they were going to be doing. And the instructions were to how to wash a woolly mammoth. Then we had to think about, well, what will you need? What equipment will you need in order to do this? You can't try to wash a huge, great, big, smelly, woolly mammoth and then have to try and run about and get all of the equipment as well. Oh, that just won't do. So you have to let the reader know what equipment they will need. And then we started by mapping each of the steps to our instruction. So you can see this picture. We have a lovely bath and it's filled to the top with bubble bath. And then our second picture, all we've got here, it's full with a rubber ducky and some shampoo as well. So it's gathering all of the things together. It's telling the reader what they will need and what they will have to do step by step. So I only did 2 instructions because your task was to draw the rest. Yesterday, we gathered our ideas together and we collected ideas on our verbs that we might use, our adverbs, our adjectives, and the equipment that we might need. So some of the verbs I collected is put, wash, scrub, find, and then some adverbs that I collected. How am I going to do this action? Carefully, calmly. So I've chosen 2 adverbs. And my adjectives, well, so far I've only described the mammoth and he is smelly and big. And then I started my equipment list. So you should have something like this in your book, and I have seen some of your work as well. Wonderful ideas. So I've started by thinking about the instructional features that I will need. So you can see at the top, I have to have a title. How to wash a woolly mammoth. I have a list of the equipment that you will need, and I've included a bath, shampoo, bubble bath, a towel, and a broom. I have then started writing my instructions, and I've used numbers. So I am showing that I'm doing it in a chronological order because I'm using the numbers step 1. So far I've got the equipment that you'll need. I've got my title. I've started writing my instructions. So let's look at my first instruction. Cautiously find your big, smelly, woolly mammoth. Be careful, he might not want a bath. So what features can you see here? You're right, I can see that I have started with an adverb. Here is my imperative verb, my bossy verb, find. cautiously find your, what do I have here? 3 of them in a row. That's right, adjectives. Big, smelly, woolly mammoth. So cautiously, that's carefully, because maybe this woolly mammoth does not want to be washed. So therefore you have to be very cautious. So maybe tiptoe around, be very careful as you look for him. So cautiously find your big, smelly, woolly mammoth. Be careful, he might not want a bath. And I've included a diagram here. I'm going on to my second step, step 2. Skillfully lead your mammoth to your overflowing, fragrant bathtub. So what have I done? I have used an adverb. I've looked at what appropriate verb would be in imperative verb, and then I've written my sentence. Skillfully lead your mammoth to your overflowing, fragrant bathtub. So my instructions are short and concise. I've used some adverbs and adjectives. I've definitely had to use imperative verbs. And I have a diagram here. My instructions are written, one instruction on each line. I've given the reader some equipment that they'll need to gather, and a title telling my reader what they're going to be following and doing today. So here is my set of instructions. Here are my set of instructions on how to wash a woolly mammoth. You're going to use your own map and the words that you gathered together. So those are your verbs, your adverbs, and your adjectives from yesterday. And let's see how you can use them all together to write a set of instructions on how to wash a woolly mammoth. And then your challenge, can you act out or step your instructions to someone in your household? Well, good luck, and I am sure that you will make some amazing instructions. Bye-bye.